Hi there, welcome to Nutrition and Seniors. My name is Robin, Certified Nutrition Specialist, and I'm really excited for this subject and to talk to. We have four awesome, I would say seniors, but just awesome folks here that are going to share and inspire you all to flood your body with high quality foods. I'm going to tell you just a little bit about them in a second, but let me just say this, that senior nutrition is important for seniors and not seniors and almost going to be seniors. We all need these nutrients, but I'm going to share with you a couple of foods or key foods before we get into this conversation. So as far as nutrients are concerned, we need protein-rich food. So think of salmon, think of eggs, think of, if you're vegan or vegetarian, think of tempeh and tofu. Those are protein-rich foods that are good for your muscles. We're going to talk about omegas, the omega fatty acids, fiber, calcium, magnesium, potassium, B6, B12. Those are all phenomenal nutrients for seniors that really are necessary as we age. And guess what? All of that I mentioned can be found in food, right? So food is your go-to. Let food be thy medicine. So I'm going to look at my note really quick as far as some of the foods that I just want you to make sure that you have in your diet if you don't have any particular dietary restrictions. So nuts and seeds, and we talked about calcium-rich foods, avocados, eggs, berries, leafy greens. Now, guess what? We're going to talk more specifically tonight about getting more produce in your body, because fruits and vegetables, the nutrients and nutrition in there is unmatched. And oftentimes we don't get enough of that. And these phenomenal guests tonight are going to share their experience of flooding their bodies with all these nutrients and how they do it. I mentioned to you that overall we don't get enough nutrition in our bodies. Very difficult to get the 7 to 13 servings of raw fruits and vegetables. And they have found a very effective, easy way to get real food into their bodies in a concentrated form. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Top quality nutrients, not just for seniors, but for seniors and everyone else that you know and love. But tonight we highlight some wonderful folks. So let me tell you who's here, and then I'm going to have a little bit of a conversation with each of them. So we have Adrienne. Adrienne is the baby of the group. She's 72. We have BJ, who's 76. And then we have Bobby and Hubert are both 87 and a half. 87 and a half. So just extra excited to have them on with us tonight. So Adrienne, let me have you here. And I'm going to just ask you a couple of questions, and then we're going to get into how you're staying healthy and flooding your body. So I did get it right. You're 72? 72?
Yep.
And tell me this before we even talk about your food and your nutrients. What are the other things outside of what you're eating? What else are you doing to stay so healthy and vibrant at 72?
I walk. I mean, now that the weather's better, I try to exercise a few times a week. I actually, give myself points for just moving. So I walk. I keep my stress level down. I don't watch television. I don't watch the news. I find it very depressing. I try to find things that work for me and stick with them rather than jumping around and making myself crazy, trying to like the latest, newest thing, whatever that is. I know what's working for me. And I work out with a trainer twice a week.
Okay. Now you flood your body with a lot of produce, fruits and vegetables, and you, like the rest of the guests on the call, have found an easy way to take them. So you're flooding your body with raw, real fruits and vegetables, or how are you taking them? So let's just get that out of the out of the open.
You mean
How
in
are
a
you?
capsule? I take them in
Yeah.
a capsule. Okay, so I
You're
take a
taking-
capsule in the morning, and I usually take extra, and I take it in a chewable form in the afternoon for kind of a sweeter snack.
Now, when I first heard about fruits and vegetables in a capsule, I really didn't believe that. I said, okay, some other gimmick. And when I found out it's actually food, it's actually all these fruits and vegetables with the water taken out, put into a capsule. It still took me a long time to get it. And actually, when I saw you, I thought, well, whatever you're doing, because you were more energetic than I was at the time. And I said, well, whatever you're doing, because quote unquote, you're the senior and I'm not, but you're running laps around me. So what are you doing? I had to tap you and say, hey, don't you know you have to sit down? You're tugging and moving. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what is she taking? Okay, so you take fruits and vegetables in the capsule, and you introduced me to the fruits and vegetables in the capsule. And I've been taking them for 7 years. But you take these in a capsule. Why did that even make sense to you? What made you even decide that that was something to do?
I was introduced to it 26 years ago in 1996. My sister had passed away from cancer. She was 46. I was 45, and I was very scared. And just a friend of mine said, I just started doing this stuff. It's fruits and vegetables in a capsule. And I thought, and she said, and that's what you're supposed to do to prevent, diseases. And I thought I can take a capsule, because I was pretty depressed. I wasn't going to go. I just figured my mother had cancer. There are other things. I just was afraid of it. So fear probably got me doing it, but it was an easy way for me to do it. And I didn't have to stress about it. If I had to gag down a lot of kale or a lot of, my favorite salad had iceberg lettuce in it at that time. So I think, well, maybe. I know that used to be my favorite lettuce, not anymore. But I know it was easy for me. And then I asked my parents if they were interested too. My parents they were in their 100th year when they just both passed, and they were taking those capsules the day that they both passed. They had a routine. They took them every day. So my mother didn't have cancer again. I know that they lived a long life. And so took the stress out. And I think eliminating as much stress as we can do is probably one of the most important things for a happy life.
And it's been more than 20 years that
Yeah.
you.
And I just knew that the company, I love the science behind this company, and I knew that I could trust them. And I knew that when they came out with the Omega recently, I could trust the science, and I knew that they're not just trying to sell me something that isn't going to work.
And when I saw it, it's in a capsule. So it immediately made me think, oh, this is a vitamin. But what I realized, or what I learned, is that it has a nutrition facts label, unlike a vitamin has a supplements facts. And it's just like if you were having frozen broccoli from the store. So it is food. So since it's been 20 years, but what have you noticed by flooding your body with all this produce daily?
It's the only thing I take, except for vitamin D3 and K. And zinc. I think that's all I add. So, and I was told that was just a good thing to take. But basically, I've been doing the fruits and vegetables forever. Since I was introduced to it, and I have never missed a day, never, because I thought, what's easier than taking a few capsules? I don't want to. If I can prevent whatever might be bad out there, I don't want to look back and wish I had done something different.
So I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to ask you a question that I didn't say that I was going to ask, but so do you, and you don't have to answer, but I kind of want you to. So do you take any medications at all?
No.
No medications. That's rare, right?
I think, the doctors are surprised when I go in. I just, God, and I just expect to live a long time. I really do. I expect to live another 30 or 40 years.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to our other guests, but yeah, when I saw you, I was like, whatever she's doing, even I'm the nutritionist, and I was like, I didn't believe it, but I'm like, I need to be so vibrant. Whatever she's doing, I'm gonna do it.
And it's safe enough. My daughter doubled up when she got pregnant.
Yeah.
So that's all she took. So I'm just grateful that there's something that's healthy. And the only side effects is that you don't get the drama of being sick if you like that. I don't like the drama of being sick.
Well, thank you. So hang around. We're going to come back to you. Next, I want to talk to Bobby. So Bobby and Hubert are in the same video screen, but Bobby, I would like to ask you the similar questions. Both of you are 87 and a half, which is awesome. How long have you been flooding your body with these concentrated plant powders?
Yeah.
For you, for you,
9.5 years for me.
for how many years?
9.5.
9.5 years.
Yeah.
And why did you decide to do that?
Well, I knew that we even grow a garden, and I know that we wasn't getting all that we needed even doing that. And this was a way to do it easily.
Wow.
You know, it's easy to take 2 capsules from a bottle in the morning.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's the reason I done it was.
To do that. And then what have you noticed by taking them?
Well, my energy factor has dropped now a little bit because last year, but right at first I had more energy, and I took note of that.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
As you get older, though, your energy drops off naturally. And,
Okay.
and that's the way it was with me.
Got it.
Also, he saw immediate results. And within 4 months after he started taking the plant powders, he passed out. And so, of course, the doctor said he doesn't need this blood pressure medicine. So they first started taking him off of blood pressure medicine, and they took him off of depression meds and 2 or 3 other meds, and he came from about 15 to 4. And
Wow.
it was amazing the difference. He came off of enough meds to pay for his plant powders.
Makes sense. Wow. You know, what you're saying, I want to reiterate, because when you're flooding your body with all of this good produce, some of the medication, then you don't need it, or you're taking more than you really need, because now your body is getting what it needs naturally. And so I want to say this to everyone listening, that a positive change in your diet, you want to keep your doctors posted, because it may be very much so that you don't need a medication, or it needs to be reduced because your body is working and functioning the way that it was designed to do. So be very, very conscious of that, and keep your doctors in the loop. Because I've heard it many, many times where their blood pressure a person's blood pressure has gone down naturally. Now then they were being over medicated with the medication that they were prescribed. So I appreciate that. Bobby, I'm going to come back to you and talk a little bit. Well, I'll come back and talk to you specifically about your experience. So thank you so much. We'll be back to you guys. BJ, Ma BJ, I call you Ma BJ, and then everybody else starts to call you Ma BJ. Ma BJ, where are you?
Right here.
And you are 76.
76 and a half now.
76 and a half. I know.
We like a big kid, you know, we used those halves when we were little.
I know, because I don't never tell anybody I'm 48 and a half. I'm like, I'm 40. I'm almost 40. No, I am 48.
I was your age when I had almost my last kid, honey.
Yeah, I know. You changed my life by telling me that. You know that. When you told me that you had a baby at 45, I'm like, I need to stop doing everything that I'm doing, because I don't. I'm like, no. Anyway, that's another story.
Anything's possible, honey.
No, I'm like, that's 40. So yeah, so Ma BJ had, and I call her Ma BJ. She's not my mommy biologically, but she's my buddy. But she had a baby at 45 years old, and now she's 76. So people are clapping. They think that's awesome. So now, Ma BJ, how long have you been taking these plant powders?
In June, it'll be 4 years.
It'll be 4 years. What was your life like before that you started flooding your body and shifting the way that you eat? And
well, just a couple months before that, I had went into what I know was a mild stroke.
Mm,
Uh,
mhm,
my husband could hear my speech slurred, and me and Bernetta were busy on the field, and I
mhm,
was just busy, busy, busy. And she's the one that kind of got me going on them.
mhm.
I'm a person, I'm gonna eat a fruit and a vegetable. And I know, having been in the medical field for 48 years, they do require you to have a certain amount of fruits and vegetables,
Mhm.
but that's not me. And so this got me with the three, having 33 fruits and vegetables in the morning.
Mhm.
And they taste good too. So
Yes. And what have you noticed just in your body?
in my body, well, number one, it was building up my immune system. I was always a sickly child. I mean, sick all the time, in the hospital for this and that and the other and
Okay.
stuff. So I haven't been sick. I wasn't vaccinated either,
Okay.
because I know too much as a medical personnel. And I did get COVID, but
Okay.
it went pretty well. But
Okay.
I know that's only because of my
Mhm.
immune system. I was always anemic,
Oh.
always having to take iron
Okay.
shots, things like that. I had bleeding gums.
Oh.
Um,
Huh.
uh,
So you're
different
not
things.
sick anymore?
No,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh.
was sickly as a child, just
Mhm.
sick, sick,
Yeah.
sick. So,
Okay.
so I got a lot of hair, and as you get older, you can comb your hair, and half of it's in the brush and the comb.
Uh-huh.
So my hair's stronger. It's not
Yeah.
all in my comb and brush. I don't have the bleeding gums like I used to. I even have hair in places I don't want hair. You know, it's like it's now like I'm getting hair in my nose, you guys.
Okay.
So it's like I go get a facial now, and the lady say, "You want me to do all you?" Yes, everything, even in my
Wow.
nose.
Tell us about your teeth though, because I remember you saying about going to the dentist, and I don't know if you didn't need certain procedures or what did you notice about your gum health?
I was very always doing periodontal treatment.
Okay.
One of the things that many people don't really realize, and I must say, when I started though the plant, I did do your shred program,
Okay.
and I
Yeah.
still do that.
Okay.
But I think it's kind of combination of that.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so many people don't know that you can also have a stroke
Mhm.
because you have gum disease.
Mm.
And the plaque from your teeth, I have a thing called brain calcification. And
Mm.
even though I can be on high cholesterol, my
Mhm.
cholesterol, because of the gummies and the way I eat, my
Mhm.
cholesterol is fine.
Good.
But the medication, when you have brain calcification,
Uh-huh.
is because it doesn't address the plaque in the gums. So,
Okay.
so dental care is just as important, but
Mhm.
you won't need as much dental care if you
Okay.
take your gummies and join the shred,
Yes. And
because it's what you eat that makes a difference
with
on
that,
the whole situation. So even
think.
though I have medication, I don't take them regularly. Why?
Mhm.
Because I take my gummies.
Yes.
And the more important thing is I'm not eating uric acid food or dairy and fried foods, fast food, frozen foods, uh,
Oh,
all the good stuff that wasn't in the Bible. I have to say that.
okay.
So So basically the Bible says, plant-based.
Correct. So you said something very powerful, and maybe some people listening have no idea, like, what is the shred? And so the shred, just we take 10 days, we eat very clean, we remove sugar and things that don't serve us, and we flood our body with plants. And so my BJ has been doing that for 4 or 5 years. What did you say? How long?
June will be 4 years. And
4
when
years.
I started, I was 180. And now
Wow.
I'm 125.
Yeah. So that we're gonna come back to you too, Ma BJ. I'm gonna go back to Bobby, and then we'll make sure that we come back. But I do want to say this. I never thought about it, but you have amazing hair. No, when it's down, because it's up right now, but you have very thick, healthy hair. You really do. Yeah. So that's very inspiring. Okay, we're gonna come back. So Bobby. So where's Bobby? Bobby. Where did Bobby go? Nope, there you are. Okay, so Bobby, what have you noticed personally by flooding your body with all this produce?
Well, actually, I was a healthy one
Okay.
and I ate healthy. I thought. And when he started, he immediately said, I'm taking the plant powders because I know I don't get enough the vegetables and fruits. And I said, well, I do. So I was rebellious.
Me too.
And so after when the 4 months with him, then I changed and I started taking all of them. And of course, I went for 3 years taking them when I had my first results. And of course, I had a silent killer. You will say that I was fine, but I had for 15 years, I had had an ultrasound and been to the vascular surgeon once a year. And I had the carotid arteries, 65 in one, 60 in the other. I was told there was nothing that could be done, nothing I could do. And so, I was just going on with life. And then all of a sudden he started having a few problems. And I said, hey, something's got to give, because we have to, in order to enjoy our golden years, we'll have to do something. So I just started researching, and that's when we ran across the plant powders. And I realized in the community that we were in, we got so much education. And then after 3 years, the doctor told me that, you're not as bad as you were.
Really?
The 4th year came around and he was totally shocked when I was completely clear. But of course, they didn't do the ultrasounds again. And I thought, well, now in order to ease my mind, I waited a year and I had the Lifeline screenings. Everything. Everything came back perfectly normal.
So let me get this straight. Make sure I understand this. So you had some blockage. You had blockage.
60.
Yes. But you thought you were getting the plant powders for Hubert and you were fine. And then you realized that after taking them for 3 years, then you don't have the blockage. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's exactly right.
That is so powerful. That's the power of plants, y'all. People are clapping. That is you know what? You've said something that's going to help and inspire so many people, because for whatever reason, sometimes it's hard to conceptualize the power of these fruits and vegetables. And when you're taking them in this concentrated form, and we know that by research, what it does in the body, and you have said it, you laid it all out there. And that is phenomenal. I'm all inspired. I'm awestruck by that. I know. And so are you telling all your friends too?
Yeah, I have been. Certainly.
Yeah, because it's like you've been given such a blessing. The crazy thing is that the time has just gone so fast. We try to keep this to a half an hour. I'm sad about that, because I just want to come hang out with you all. Where are you in the country? You're in South. Where are you? South Carolina. Okay. Wow. Well, are there anything else? I'm just going to go around to everyone really quickly, anything else that you want to say as before we close out? And we'll turn the recording off and we may have talking after that, but anything else that you would want to say?
What
Yeah,
I'm
let me-
aware from,
let-
oh,
Oh, go
what
ahead.
I'm aware from Bobby is that it's never, it's never too late to start getting healthy. I mean, that's what's amazing. My parents started at 75 and lived another, they lived another 25 years. So you can
Wow.
start wherever you are with your health. I mean, I'm grateful that my grandson has been on the powders already.
Yes.
I mean, he's
Never
8 months old, but I'm so grateful that my parents started at 75. So
Wow.
you're never too,
Right.
never too old to start doing something different. And that's impressive. So you guys are so impressive.
Yeah, I know, right? They're so
Right.
impressive.
Yeah.
And so, Ma BJ, was there anything that,
Yeah, I was gonna say, my husband just turned 79 and I started him on it probably about 3 years ago, but
Okay.
I actually started him on Shred 2 years ago.
Okay.
And so 16 years ago, he was given 2 weeks to live because he was supersized, metastasized. And they
Mm.
said there was nothing they could do.
Mhm.
I did not allow them to put him on traditional hospice. I made them give me everything and I did it. But the real difference in him was when he started eating Shred as well as
Wow.
taking the plant-based. So
Mhm.
now his lab work, he was last stage kidney failure. Now he's third stage once he started the eating part too.
Wow.
And he has 5 life-threatening diseases, but
Uh-huh.
all his lab work, and there's 16 of them I have to check every month, they're the best they've been in the 16 years.
That,
And that's really when he coupled the plant-based with the eating program. And
wow.
so he just turned 2 weeks ago, 79 years old.
He looks good.
Yep.
All of y'all look good.
Yeah.
I mean, let me just say this. Those that are listening, y'all are wondering how do I get these plant powders in my body? So contact the person that invited you, get the information so that you can get these this produce in your body, like right now, right? Don't just contact the person that invited you here. I would say that because you've heard some very powerful stories. I'm hearing people in the chat saying that their mom is 90 years old. People are saying all of y'all look good. I'm just reading the comments. So before I cut off the recording, I just want to say this again. Those that are listening, if you're listening live, if you're listening on the recording, please contact the person that invited you here so that you can find out how you can get all of this produce in your body and have this have an experience of your own. And then maybe you'll come back and share that experience with us. So I'm going to stop the recording.